Welcome back to the Black and Gold Standard Podcast. And today we want to talk about and actually do my first of many, but I'm going to do my first early mock draft. So I use Pro Football Focus. I used it draft simulator, and I think I came up with some pretty decent picks. So what I did was I before I made my draft, I basically said that the Steelers signed DJ Reed, cornerback in free agency. They bought back Justin Fields in free agency, and I'm saying that the New York Jets cut um, Adams, and the Steelers signed him. So, and the only reason I kind of like Adams here. Oh, and also I got that Pickens is not being traded. So Pickens still on the roster. Um, Demonte Adams. Um, the Steelers will pick him up, and I think that would actually be a good signing for the Steelers. I mean, obviously, um, it depends on the money that he's wanting, but I think at this point he's not going to break the bank. And I mean, he's gonna be expensive, but I don't really think he'll break the bank, and he'll be much cheaper than T Higgins. I think, but I just like him because I think one of the things that this receiving room needs is a leader, a veteran, and somebody that maybe can show Pickens, hey, this is the way you practice. Help him with his route running. This is the way you need to act. So with that said, let's get right into it. So like I said, we'll do a lot of these. We'll do a lot of these by the time the real draft roll around in April. Um we have a lot of mock drafts. And like I say, once guys kind of, I mean, especially through the combine, um you'll see some guys' stock is going to drop, some guys' stock is going to rise. So it might be some guys that's on my mock draft that where I have them at now. Um, in a few months, you might can't get them at that point. So that's why I say, this is volume one. I usually try to do about 4 or 5 mock drafts, with the last two really being, I would say, more of what's really happening, and what's going to be really more realistic. But for right now, just have some fun, and let's get to it. So the Steelers had the 21st pick in the first round, and also I didn't do any trades. I don't do any trades, anything like that. So I kept all the picks that they have. So in the first round with the 21st pick, let's see what we did. All right. Abika on the wide receiver for Ohio State Buckeyes. Um Solid, you know, he's just solid, 6'1", 207 pounds. So you would think, like I said, um with the Steelers, what I'm saying is Pickens is back. You got Adams, so he would come in and be number 3, and probably work in the slot, a little bit right now. So that would give you a Becca, plus you would still have Calvin Austin, and you would have Wilson. I mean, I don't know what's the deal with him, but so that's 4. Well, that's actually 5 guys right there. So the receiver room would be kind of pretty much done. But also, I think this protects the Steelers as far as if Pickens don't want to do right, or if he's acting up or whatever, it doesn't really. I'm not gonna say hurt the team, but we're not how we were this year, well, this past season, where it was him and really nobody else. So if he doesn't act right, you still got Adams. Um, you can move Ibaka over to to the other starting position, and and Pickens, hey, they had to do what they had to do with him. But I truly believe with the passing game, probably evolving a little bit and having a veteran, definitely in that room, it would help a lot. And I don't think Pickens would be that knucklehead he was this past season. And plus, he got to know. I mean, this is his payday, so he want to act crazy. That's killing his payday. So we'll see. All right, so going to round two, I think the Steelers get Travion Henderson. They get that. Now, granted, kind of don't fit what the Steelers like in their running backs, but like I say, it's time to evolve and change. I mean, this this kid is a home run hitter. He, like I was saying, he might be a guy that actually pushes himself into the first round because I I think he has a good chance of running a 4.3. So he might actually get pushed into the first round. He might, get himself a first round grade. But right now, the way the draft fell, I mean, I had to snatch him up because, like I say, he has something that the Steelers haven't had for years, and that's explosive, can you know catch out the backfield on any play. He can take it. He can take it 80 yards. So definitely a good pick. And also, I think one of the things, well, it's going to be kind of hard to show it, but if you watch the film of him, he pass blocks. He's one of those stick your face in the fan type guys. So I would definitely like this pick. All right, so let's move on over to third round. All right, so defensive tackle Omar Norman Lott. Um, this pick here was kind of, I don't know, because he's 6'3", 315 pounds. I just don't know. I mean, because the Steelers really need that nose tackle. They need that big guy in the middle, so that way you can have Hayward on one side and have Bennett on the other side as the defensive ends and have that big nose tackle, because this is the guy that the Steelers is missing on their defense, in which can eat up blocks. Now, everybody want to get on Patrick Queen, saying he's a bust and he didn't do what he's supposed to do. But one of the things with Patrick Queen, Patrick Queen is really, he's put together, but he's not really a big guy. So for him to do the things that the Steelers want him to do, he has to play clean. And the only way he's going to play clean is you got to have that big body in the middle of that defensive line, taking up blocks and not letting those guards get to Queen. And if Queen can run side to side, he'll be more effective, and you'll see more out of him. So my only issue with Lott is he big enough? So this might not really be the ideal pick. And it was still a couple of guys. I mean, he was the highest rated D tackle at the time, but it's still a few other guys that was behind him that's a little bigger. So um, this is just a pick that um, it could happen, or he may not be big enough and what the Steelers really need. But anyway, I picked him. But that's just something that we had to see as this process goes forward. As far as can he be that type guy that can really play the nose? All right, the fourth round, Kobe Bryant. So, like I say, in free agency, I have the Steelers picking up DJ Reed, which will obviously he'll start on the other side of Porter. Bryant, he would just work himself in and maybe get a little outside play. I'm guessing he probably could play the slot. I mean, he's 5'11", 171 pounds. And I'm thinking he might could play the slot because the one thing, and when I looked at his film, he's not scared to tackle. I mean, he's not a real big guy, but he sticks his nose in there and he will support the run. So, being that type of guy, that might work out as far as him being a slot corner, and he could cut his teeth there because I'm gonna be honest with you, the Steelers they have a major, I ain't gonna say a major decision right now, but they have to really find out if um Porter is the guy that they really expect him to be, because he's gonna want a lot of money and his contract gonna be coming up here soon. So they that that's a decision that they're gonna have to make as far as is we gonna really give him that monster contract, or do we move on from him? So a guy like Bryant, I think he can develop into a starting corner. But like I say, I definitely think he could work into the slot, and he's a tough guy, make plays on the ball. So, and to get him in the fourth round, I think that's value, and I I like to pick, and if that was to happen, I would be happy with that. All right, let's move on. Okay, so in the fifth round we go Mitchell Evans. Now I'm going to say this is an Arthur Smith. If I'm Omar, I'm telling Arthur Smith this is a a, a gift for you, because I mean, you got Move and you got Washington. So we know those guys gonna be here. But the rest of those guys, I mean, me personally, Hayward, Connor Hayward, definitely Pruitt. Pruitt for sure won't be back next year. So this will give Smith another tight end that is a good blocker, but also can he can actually make some plays and catch the ball. So I mean, he would be a guy that would get on the field right away. I mean, 6'5", 256 pounds. So he would definitely play. So when Smith wanna play those two tight ends, or sometimes he even put three to tight ends out there. I think he'll fit in, and for a fifth round pick, I think it would be a perfect pick for the Steelers. And like I say, it's a position that's going to be needed, because I think you need to clean that room out a little bit, and I think Evans would definitely fit. All right, so the Steelers do not have a sixth round pick. They used that pick for the Justin Field trade. So we'll move right on to their next pick, go in the seventh round. All right, so here we go. Shiloh Sanders. So, I mean, seventh round picks are basically projects. I mean, these guys can make it. or they can't. I want to say Shiloh would definitely probably be a special teams guy. And the one thing I will say about him, he'll hit. I mean, he'll throw his body around me. They got him at 6 foot 195. I don't. I mean, I guess he's about like that, but he will stick his head in there and hit. So, like I say, I think he could play special teams. Definitely, get on all the teams, special teams, and also, I just think, with me, and he's probably gonna be more of a strong safety than a free safety, but just get in the room in that safety room with Fitzpatrick and Elliott. I mean, especially Elliott, because I think him and Elliott kind of got the same type of game. So I see that that would definitely work. So um and hey, and something else, if he hits and if his brother turn out to be the player that everybody thinking he could be, come free agency, hey, you might be in the running to either bring both of them in Pittsburgh or he'll leave and go with it, because I think eventually that's what's gonna happen when well, actually Shiloh would be, his contract will be up before his brothers will, and I think eventually they're gonna try to play together. So that's something down the road, something to think about. All right, so the next pick the Steelers got, so Carson Vincent. Um, project. He's a project. I think every year you definitely need to take offensive tackles. Um, I'm really not sold on I'm not sold on Broderick Jones, but this kid is humongous. He's 6'7", 314 pounds. Great athlete, and like I say, he's a project right now. But my only concern is, do the Steelers have the offensive line coach to develop this guy? So that would be my one concern that I would have with him. But like I say, 7th round picks are, they're hit and miss anyway. So um, we'll see how that work out. But and plus, hey, Steelers didn't have luck with Alabama A&M. That's where John Stallworth, he played there, and I mean he had a Hall of Fame career. So maybe we can strike lightning again. But I just think for the value, that would be a good pick for the Steelers. And their last pick in the 7th round, yep, I want to go Donovan Edwards. Not really that much of a burner, but I just think he's a guy that you could give a shot to. Maybe if he doesn't really make the roster, you can keep him on the practice squad. Tough, he's a hard nose running back. Great hands out the backfield. Again, that gives you a chance to. I mean, so you will have Warren, you will have Henderson and Edwards, and then all that other Cordell Patterson, all them guys could be out of there. So this is to clean that running back room up. You definitely getting younger. You're getting a little faster, and again, like I say, to get a kid like this in the 7th round, I would definitely go after it, and I wouldn't have an issue with it. So, like I say, that's my first volume mock draft, and we'll see how and then I'm gonna keep track of these drafts that I have, and then kind of see at the end how it works out what it looks like. Did I hit on any of the players that I thought the Steelers should draft? So that's pretty much it right now. So until next time, I'll talk to you guys later.